welcome back to the green yard. We're in one of my favorite spots in the green yard underneath our two huge male mulberry trees. Super shady, secluded spot, and we have one of my least talked about fruit trees here, and this is the Gramichama tree, also known as a Brazilian cherry tree. It's been in the ground essentially since we moved in the house. I planted it right away when we moved in. It's grown a lot. It's actually had a lot of new growth. Right now it has a huge new growth. Last year it had about an inch or so of new growth. This year it's putting on 3-4 inches of growth. Definitely really happy in its spot here. You can see it's a really pretty green tropical foliage. It is green year round. It doesn't defoliate. It doesn't lose its leaves. For me, at least, it hasn't. I have been giving it some cold protection for the last 2 years. Apparently, that's something that I no longer need to do. So this coming winter, I'm going to go ahead and leave it uncovered. And apparently, Grumichama trees do fine being uncovered from that cold once they reach about that 3rd year in the ground, which this one will be at that 3-year mark come this fall. So beautiful tree here. It can also grow as a bush, so I'm kind of letting it take more of a bush form over here in the green yard. It just kind of fits in with this passion fruit vine against this shed here. It's a good spot for it. Very protected, very secluded. Gramichama trees do need that afternoon shade, and they do need some protection, like I mentioned, those first few years from the cold as well. So let's go ahead and let's talk a little bit about soil composition and some of the amendments that I've done for my Grumichama tree to get it to look so beautiful and so vibrant and grow so much the last few years. Here we go. Alright, so this is once again the Grumichama tree, Brazilian cherry. Beautiful tree. You'll notice that all of this new foliage is this vibrant, bright green. When I first got it, the whole tree kind of looked, it wasn't in the best shape actually. It almost looked a little bit like back here, the branches were a little bit floppy, flimsy, some of the tips of the leaves had salt burn on them. Wasn't in the best of shape when I got it. Definitely brought it back, and now it is this beautiful, vibrant tree here. If we look down at the soil composition, very similar to most of my other tropical plants. We have that mixture of the nursery soil with the native soil 50-50, and then of course we add some of our amendments on there too. Now this one has been in the ground, like I said, for almost 3 years, so definitely a longer amount of time. One of the things I like to do too is put these grass clippings on here, the dried ones, not when they're green, and you'll notice it just breaks down so well. So let me grab a handful of this dirt, this mulch out of here. Look at this dirt. That's not added. That's not, anything that I've done. That's just broken down mulch, broken down grass, and that's what really these trees thrive upon, is this organic, really rich soil that's available to you through mulching, through proper feeding, things of that nature. So this Grumichama tree, native to Brazil, does great with that really organic soil there. Alright, so that's a little bit about growing a Grumichama tree here in the Phoenix area. Definitely doable. It's something that can be done. I'm excited to try the fruit. People have had these fruit here in the Phoenix area before. I was hoping that this one would fruit this year, but I am very excited just to have it have all this beautiful new growth and be doing so well. As far as amendments go, I have added my sulfur, my agricultural sulfur. That's one of the reasons I'm so successful with my tropical trees here in the Phoenix area, is because I do lower that pH that allows for that success. That way the plants can actually take up any nutrients that add to it, which, by the way, I do add some fertilizer as well as some fish emulsion and some compost from time to time too. So if you want to find out more or learn more about growing tropical fruit trees, flowering trees here in the Phoenix area, definitely subscribe, like us on Facebook or Instagram, and as always, live green, plant lots, and of course, have fun. We'll see you next time.